Hello, this video is one.
Oh God, I'm already annoyed. She's using cartoons and are men inherently better leaders than women? I mean, dude, I don't even need to watch this video. Yeah, they are. Society has always been led by men, which has led to more fruitful outcomes for both parties. Like, it's not even really even, is it really even up for discussion? Yes, they definitely are. And to not say that just goes against human history. It just goes against it just goes against how we've been able to advance as a society and human history in general. And women don't want to be in leadership roles. Despite the fact that like they pretend that they do, they really don't, man. Most women don't want to have to do that, man. Are there some women out there that can lead and want to lead? Sure. But the reality is most of them would prefer not to. Most women would prefer to be inside and be a housewife, bro. That's the God honest truth. She's going to go ahead and do some
100% organic, AI-free. I don't think the majority of people disagree with the statements I'm going to be making in this video. Some certainly do, though. I think I had the most opposition to my claim back in 2023 and 2024 during the peak of the Manosphere Syndicate. Now I'm here to very plainly show you the evidence that supports my claim men are not inherently better leaders than women, and vice versa. There's a lot to cover, so I'm just going to jump right into it. I've spoken about why men have become the de facto leaders of the world before, but I should do a brief refresher. Since the dawn of the Neolithic era, aka the agricultural revolution 10,000 years ago or so, we adopted patriarchal roles as the norm for a significant amount of our societies. This happened for a couple different reasons, mainly the fact that on average women possess around 50 to 60% of the upper body strength of men, making the specific manual labor that came alongside the invention of the plow significantly easier for men. There are a few other reasons as well, on top of the transition from smaller groups of hunter-gatherers into agrarian societies. You'll find a lot of people making the argument that the desire to control lineage and wealth alongside warfare and state formation also played a big part. One theory I do want to mention is that strength itself is what let early leaders intimidate, dominate, and hold on to power through direct physical force. Although there's a possibility.
And that ends it right there. And that's because since men have the monopoly of force, that by definition is a component of leadership. That ends it right there. And this is the thing that like women fail to understand, right? Like this video's already been debunked already in the first 1 minute, 28 seconds. In order to be a leader, you must be capable of violence and force and exerting your whim. Women don't have that ability. So since women don't have that ability, they cannot actually ever be competent leaders because they're going to need to rely upon men to protect them. It's that simple. Like, she's over here making a 27-minute video about like, well, are men actually inherent? A component of leadership is the ability to utilize force to maintain said leadership. And the fact that I have to actually express this is ludicrous. But it's because we live in a civilized society that women forget this because they're stupid. We live in such a civilized society that this stupid woman gets on a microphone, records a voiceover where cartoons playing in the background talking about, well, here's why I'm going to refute the fact that men are not inherently better leaders. They are. And a necessary component that women always forget about is the ability to express violence, to maintain dominance and leadership. That is a necessary requirement of leadership. Why is Donald Trump the most powerful person on earth? Because he was a TV star in The Apprentice? Because the Secret Service is super powerful? No, it's because he commands the world's strongest military. That is why. It's that simple. Women try to complicate and make it like, well, they're not really better leaders because XYZ. No, they are better leaders because we can beat you up, dummy. And since women don't live in a world, right, where violence is readily possible against them, they don't understand this. But again, women are only able to, provide commentary like this because they're in a privileged position to do so. Since they're in a privileged position to, hold on one sec, guys. 1 second, guys. Sorry about that. So, as I crack open another energy drink, because idiots in chat don't realize that I'm a real man. I did a workout right before this, by the way, too. Your boy got to train. So anyway, going back to what I was saying. You guys got to understand, right? Since women don't really experience violence on the same level as men, right? And they're not used to this, the concept of force doctrine. What's happening is they're able to make nonsensical, moronic arguments like this. What she doesn't realize is within her first few minutes of making this video, talking about men have more physical force, that's it. Over.
Bomba.
Over right there and then. The threats of physical force is precisely why or how men have maintained power for a very long time. It's just how things go, right? Here's another thing too also that I want you guys to understand. Think about this for a second, or think about this, right? As a man, right? As a man, when you're talking to other men, right? We all kind of in the back of our mind speak in a certain manner when we're talking to other men, right? We're not overly rude or disrespectful. We don't like talk to them out of their name. We're a bit more, how do I say this? We exercise a bit more discretion when speaking with other men, especially in a hostile environment, right? Where violence can occur, right? Because men understand an unwritten or unspoken reality that if you and this male engage in a physical confrontation, one of you might not walk away from it. Men inherently understand the concept of violence, okay? And we understand it to a deeper degree than women do. Because as a guy, more than likely at some point in your life, you're probably going to get punched by another male, right? But as a female, you might never get punched in the face by another male or a female, okay? So the likelihood of confrontation as a female is significantly less than that of a man. Now, again, I know some idiots, well, Myron, women get in fights too. Women get hit too. Sure. But there's not the same level of understood threat of violence when two women are talking or when a woman is talking to a man as when a man is talking to a man. Does that make sense? Men, we understand dominance hierarchies. We understand the threat of violence. We understand the pecking order. We understand meritocracy. We understand competition. These are all things that we inherently understand since the time we're little boys. Whether it's us playing pickup basketball and getting picked last versus getting picked first, whether it's us competing to be on a sports team and making the cut, not making the cut, men grow up their entire life getting rejected and understanding that a part of the rejection comes from physical incapabilities or physical inferiority. We know this. The physicality, we live in a physical world that we understand the importance of physicality. So for men, this is kind of like a no-brainer. But for women, it's not a no-brainer, right? A lot of you guys are like, wait, what? What do you mean? Guys, women go through their entire life being told you're pretty and never getting punched in the face. Think about that for a second. I need you guys to really, really grasp this. If you've been coddled your entire life and you've never actually been exposed to rejection or exposed to violence or exposed to the competition hierarchy, right? What kind of person would that make you? I would argue it would make you a fairly delusional, incompetent individual that doesn't understand how the real world works or how dark the real world is. And then if you go ahead and pass time, right, and you take this delusion and you align it with the modern world that we're in now, where women are talking to men out of their name, women are equal to men on paper, they could do anything a man can do. What ends up happening is you just have a bunch of women that don't adhere to reality or understand reality. The only reason that this woman is doing a voiceover and making this stupid ass video talking about men aren't inherently better leaders is because she doesn't understand how dark the real world is. Let the economy collapse, right? Let there be a depression. Let there be zombies running around like The Walking Dead or whatever, right? As much as, I hate to use a TV show as an example, but if you guys notice in The Walking Dead, what ended up happening? A man rises up, leads the tribe, is responsible for said tribe, like Rick, for example, right? Or protects his tribe from other tribes. Man, it's always been this way. Competence and the potential to be violent are two things that differentiate, or differentiate a leader between a follower. And unfortunately, in these two realms, men are more likely to be dominant than women. Now, again, are there women out there that are capable of violence? Are there women out there that are competent? Are there women out there that have leadership qualities? For sure, absolutely. There's always going to be. But the problem is that there's not enough of them to go around. And then the best of female leaders might still lose to a medium level competent male leader. Does that make sense? It's that simple. And the fact that this woman is making this video saying that, oh, well, yeah, we know men are stronger, blah, done. It's over. You lost right there. You lost right there, you idiot. What are we talking about? Half of leadership is holding on to power. And how do you hold on to power? With the threat of violence. How do you become violent? Through strength. Who possesses more inherent strength? Men. That's simple. Deductive problem solving, baby. So we just debunked this video in a minute and a half. We don't even need to watch the rest of it, bro. Honestly. Because she's going to go into all this other about, well, women, I guarantee you she's going to use like some stupid ass study where, well, girls were able to make a decision faster, or women can actually have the same decision making skills as men, or women can actually be logical and sound just like men. Who cares? Some that's less logical can punch her in the face and it's over.
Welcome, punch!
And then take leadership by force. So get the out of here with that, bruh. It's that simple, man. The force doctrine in of itself is precisely why men are always going to be better leaders than women, because men can exert physical force to defend said leadership position. All right? That's simple, dude. That simple. Anyway, carrying on. There we go, bro. I hope you enjoyed that. That debunks that stupid shit with that right away, bro. Who sent that chat in? Kobato98. I hope that helps, man. Let me know if that satisfies what you need. Kiormi says, have you ever thought of getting the ring? I seen you. Oh, no, sorry. I read that one. Yo, Myron, did you see these two battling out on the Lindsay Clancy case? Hilarious. I don't know who the hell, Corbett Dillon. I don't know who these are that y'all be sending me, bro. Maybe I'm not on the internet like that, or I'm a loser. But, all right, since we're on a red pill topic, let me go ahead. We made a quick deviation away from the Tupac trial. We'll quickly watch this. It is what it is. You're asking. I haven't covered it.
I've had it with you.
Oh my God!
And
They should be
your
commended. They
sexism
didn't
and
kill their
misogyny.
children. She's a murderer.
I
These women
can't-
are cheering.
I'm done.
These are man-hating women that are standing outside. This is what it's about. They think the husband did it. They're crazy.
Absolutely insane that this is where we are in society, by the way.
They've lost their mind.
Do you know why the
They're
woman is
waving
in a
for a
wheelchair?
murderer?
Do you know why the woman is in a wheelchair? Did you even notice that she's
Couldn't
in a
care less.
wheelchair?
She's a murderer.
Facts. Facts. She killed 3 beautiful children. I don't give a what she did. I don't care.
Because she jumped.
But to keep it real with y'all though, guys, it is scary how many women are aligned with Lindsay Clancy. Gentlemen, I would argue, and it's sad I had to say this, I would say easily somewhere between anywhere from 30 to 60% of women absolutely empathize and don't think Lindsay Clancy is guilty, bro.
Bombocat!
Easily, bro. They might not vocalize it for obvious reasons, but 30 to 60% of women absolutely think she's innocent, or either A, she's innocent, B, the husband did it, or C, she's guilty, but she should go to an asylum versus facing real jail time and be released after. 30 to 60% of women believe this. One of those 3. Insane, bro.
Out the window after this happened.
So she should. I'd have
didn't
pushed
even-
her. They say that Lindsay was in psychosis. I think these women are suffering from psychosis. They've been watching too many true crime Netflix.
Yup, that's a fact. And as someone that does true crime, absolutely love this. They love true crime, and it kind of created a God dare I say it? It's created a conspiratorial economy. I'm just gonna say it, bro. It's absolutely like it's created a conspiratorial economy, bro. Y'all know me. I keep it real with you guys painfully when it comes to true crime. As someone that actually investigated these crimes, that understands how an investigation is built or whatever, I keep it a buck with y'all. And unlike a lot of these true crimers, I've actually arrested people. I've actually done investigations at the highest level. Everything from murder to extortion to organized crime, I've done it all. So when I present criminal cases for you guys, I'm presenting it, filtering out a lot of the for y'all. I don't think you guys understand how much I filter out to give you guys the objective facts, how investigations work, etc. Because when I watch this stuff and I react for you guys, I'm eliminating a lot of the that these conspirators cannot eliminate because they're too stupid or don't understand how investigations work at an intimate level. It's one thing to like understand how they work. It's another thing to do them yourself and know how these agencies work and how they do these cases. So there's a lot of that I purposely like filter out for y'all that you guys don't have to worry about, and you guys just get a nice refined product. And I'm not saying that to glaze myself or whatever, but I'm saying that so you guys understand that you guys are getting a lot of shit on the internet. Cope, appreciate you. He says, I appreciate calling out the Clancy as innocent losers, but even the insanity defense is idiotic. I'm a doctor and you do not get hallucinations for a few minutes just for it to disappear. She was a sociopath who couldn't cope with motherhood. All right, fair enough. A lot of people will say to that, they'll respond to that, unfortunately, saying, oh, she was on SSRIs and it had an opposite effect and they put her on psychosis medication, all this other crazy stuff. But yeah, no, dude, I'm glad that we got your professional expertise on that. But yeah, dude, you know, we are absolutely in an economy of where conspirators are taking over. Absolutely. Unfortunately. It's where we are. So
Dramas. This was a incredibly privileged woman, incredibly wealthy. She had a nanny and she's still complaining that she needed help. She could not have got more help from the system.
they had a nice big house, bro.
That she already have received. This is a murderer who strangled her children one by one. One of the boys ran away and she chased him down and killed him.
Laurie Watkins.
What you just said was absolutely disgusting.
Thank you.
You should be ashamed of yourself.
Thank you.
As usual, no refutation of the facts. Just, you're disgusting.
And you can hear that he's not, okay?
Why? Because it's true.
You clearly don't care, so pipe.
You know what? I might have to do a prompt at my next school. Lindsay Clancy's a murderer and women are stupid for thinking that she's innocent. I should do that as a prompt when I go to my next school. I have a couple of prompts as usual, but yeah, we can definitely do that because I know a lot of these girls on the college campuses are going to be pro Lindsay Clancy. A lot of them are TikTok brains. So yeah, that's something we can do. 4 minutes is a long time when you're strangling your own kid. Yeah. Exhibit A, rotten mango. What do you mean rotten mango? Get her crate. Gooseland says, can't believe I'm saying this, but I would say that King Von is the better person than Lindsay Clancy. Yeah, bro. Yeah. Yeah. King Von is a better person than Lindsay Clancy, bro. You're 100% right. You're 100% right. King Von went after that, like, were his ops and, like, you know, killed his friends and like that, right? This chick killed her own kids. King Von went after other gang members, opposing gang members. There was, like, you know, these dudes have a code with each other that, hey, we're going to fight and kill each other, but we don't involve civilians. Yeah, that's kind of true, bro. Gooseland, that's facts. Red Pill Clippers. Yo, Myron, did you see these two battles? Oh, no, we're reacting to it now. Yeah.
Down.
I don't care. And by the way, men watching this, if you have a woman sat next to you on the sofa who is defending this murder.
That's facts. I saw a clip. Someone said that they divorced their girl, or they withdrew their thing. Let me show y'all real quick. Hold on. Let me find it for y'all. I put like W mans right here. A man called of his wedding because his fiance supported Lindsay Clancy. Yeah, bro. W mans, man. W mans right there. So, yeah. This is what he sent in a text message if anyone is wondering. So you're really breaking up with me over an opinion? I'm not breaking up with you over an opinion. I'm breaking up with you because that opinion showed me a fundamental difference in our values. I can have compassion for someone struggling mentally without excusing what happened to those children. If I'm choosing someone to potentially be the mother of my kids, I need to trust their judgment completely, especially when it comes to protecting them. What you said created a doubt in me that I can't ignore or gamble on my future children. Yeah, bro. I mean, that's facts. Like, yo, like, hell nah, man. Hell no. Get out of here, bro. And this goes to show, like, what women will do to, like, you know, protect each other from poor behavior. Rotten Mango, the huge YouTuber that propagates murder mysteries. I remember you describing how you ran into her Diddy trial. She seems totally unbearable. Did she take the Lindsay Clancy side? I wouldn't be surprised if she did. Did she take the Lindsay Clancy side, bro? Is her name really named Rotten Mango? I thought it was something else. Withers is cold. Thank you for the 25. He says, Myron, can you react to this? Just happened tonight? Proves everything about how you say we're in a global sexual marketplace. Emac James. Hey, Myron, if the zombie apocalypse happened, you need to pull out your pack, punch the AK-47, you a double tap, and Juggernaut. Myron, keep speaking facts. Appreciate you, Latino Heat. I'll save this for later. I have it here, queued up. How's the quality, by the way, guys? Everything looking good for y'all on your guys' end? The 4K coming in nice and smooth, not choppy, whatever the fuck it may be. It is a Kai brought this couple a ring for them to get married, but ended up finding out the female sent him multiple messages on Instagram. Oh, we'll react to that later then. Let's go back to this.
You got to think deeply about this. I've seen weddings.
So we need to have some empathy.
Talk to your women and find out what are they thinking. They're defending this woman. It's
I don't think anybody's defending what she did, but you can have empathy for what she went through and how she.
I know many women that this has happened to. No, they did not kill their children, but they also.
And shout out to all you guys in the OSS donating to the show. Really appreciate you, man. That's why I love y'all so much. That's why I go so hard for the OSS. Oh, we're also going to finish watching the EDP documentary for y'all as well. So don't worry. We're going to finish watching the EDP documentary tonight as well. That's going to be OSS only.
What you failed to
Well,
mention.
they should be commended because they did.
I've had it with you.
Oh, my God. They
And
should be
your
commended. They
sexism
didn't
and
kill their children.
misogyny.
She's a murderer. Women are cheering.
I'm done.
Rage quit when...
They should be
Be
commended.
quiet.
all right.
I've had it.
Okay. Let's go back to... yeah, we got to cover some politics as well. Give me 1 sec, ninjas. We're going back and forth between different things, man. We cover it all over here. Let's get back to the Tupac trial.
Is in the front passenger side.